Ciao, everybody. Welcome back to the Bianconeri Zone. It is a live show preview of match day 20 Juventus against Monza. Happy to have everybody here watching along. The structure of this video or this live is going to be quite simple. It's going to go over Max Allegri's pregame press conference that he did today, which includes McKennie's sale, basically, and it also includes a starting player that we had no idea was going to be starting, but we do now. And then later on, we're going to talk about both sets of lineups that are, well, the Juventus one that's pretty much given by Romeo Agresti, and the Monza one that I'm going to get out of nowhere, basically. If you hear some snorting and snoring, it is my dog. He's on my lap as per usual. Say hello. And let's get it going. Oh, and now we're going to go into our hot takes and our pre-match predictions. So there you go. Like the video if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And we will get through your comments as many as possible. Okay, on to the press conference that Max Allegri did. Reading it, he seems a little not frustrated, but he seems like he's under some pressure. Which he is, but he says, to start off, I spoke with John Elkin, but not about the contract. So this goes into a report last week where apparently he has a 2-year extension on the table, but he's saying it's not true right now. He asked me how the team was doing. Right now, we have to stay focused on the championship. Okay, so that's coach speak. I have nothing else to really say about that. And then he says, the big news, this is the biggest news, by the way. And I may rant about this. I don't want to, but I may rant about it. Chiesa is out for tomorrow due to fatigue. He'll be back against Lazio in the Coppa Italia on Thursday. Why are you fatigued? He started one game since the turn of the new year, since we've returned to play. He's started one game. He hasn't played 90 minutes once. We didn't have a midweek match this week. Why is he out tomorrow? Why is he out tomorrow? Who do you blame for this one? Why is Federico Chiesa fatigued? Hip flexor soreness or something. Did he play on that in the next gen game on Thursday with Vlahovic and Pogba? I don't know. I didn't see him. I think he did. But why is he not available for the team? Why can't he just sit on the bench? It actually blows my mind what's happening right now. For the first, and I kind of jinxed it yesterday when we did the live. And I said we're gonna have all 4 available for the first time all season. But I guess I'm a jinx. I didn't expect Chiesa to be fatigued for tomorrow. Unholy Fun saying it's a Folletti special. Yeah, I get it. I get the banter towards it, and I'm all for laughs. And Folletti, if people don't know, he's the head of the physiotherapy section at Juventus. It's not like, and again, I'll laugh about it for a bit, but at the same time, I'm rattled because he hasn't played since Sunday. What happened? Why are you tired? Why is no one else tired? Hold on. Ooh, relax. So that's one thing that's frustrating me. And Haneen saying blame myself. You know what? I'm not saying anything anymore. I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying everybody's healthy, everyone's ready to rock, because also Quadrado's not ready. Hold on. Ooh, relax. You're good. Okay. Even Quadrado's not ready, apparently. I thought he was ready. But he's not. We'll move on. McKennie is out for tomorrow as well, as we all know. I think that the club has reached an agreement with his next club, Leeds, and therefore it is pointless to call him up tomorrow. So yeah, as we know, that's pretty much breaking news. Well, not breaking anymore. It's been like 5 hours. But Weston McKennie is going on loan to Leeds United with an option that could turn into an obligation, according to Romeo Agresti. According to Fabrizio Romano, it's a loan plus 35 mil. According to Nico Schira, it's a loan plus 25 mil. And according to DiMarzio, it's a loan plus 33 mil. Pick whatever you want. You want to pick the highest amount and feel good about yourself, pick that. If you want to pick Nico Schur's 25, feel good, pick that one. I don't know. He's going on loan, though. That's what I know. He's going to go have his medical tomorrow in England. And it is what it is. Thank you, Wes. Like I said yesterday or the day before. Thank you. See ya. Enjoy Leeds United. That's all I'm going to say because I don't care anymore. He's out for tomorrow, obviously. And that leads to when we do our lineups, who's going to be starting as a right wing back. And it's not a good name. It's not a good name. We'll move on. Dusan Vlahovic and Paul Pogba and Mattia De Sciglio are back. So they're ready to go and ready to play tomorrow. Again, you will see the right wing back. If you don't know what I'm hinting at something quite clearly here. Mattia De Sciglio is available out of nowhere. He's resurrected. It's Easter. If you are Catholic and you follow that religion, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's Easter for De Sciglio. And then he goes on to say, if McKennie leaves, so when McKennie leaves, we have Cuadrado, De Sciglio, and Sule who can play. We'll change the setup if we need to. No one will come in. So that's talking about, obviously, what's going to happen the rest of the Mercato. We kind of knew nobody else is coming in. How do you convince, and I said this to our colleagues, how do you convince someone to come to the club right now when you don't know the future of the club right now? If there was, let's say, this is a very simple example. You go to Alexis McAllister. You say, hey, Alexis, do you want to come to Juventus? His agent or he says, well, what's going on? Are you going to get possibly relegated? Are you going to keep this minus 15? So you can't pull anybody in right now. The Juventus has no pull for incoming transfers at the moment, unless there's some random young Italian kid that you can pick up easily, and you just convince them with wage. But at this current time, we're not going to get some awesome player or some needed right wing back, because clearly Max Allegri says Cuadrado, De Sciglio, Sule are going to cover that position if we use a 3 or a 5 in midfield or wing backs. It's a shame. It's a shame because we know De Sciglio is going to get hurt kind of soon, and we know Cuadrado is not fit right now, and we know that Sule is not a right wing back. So that depth is it's non-existent at this point. Even though you can name 3 players, like I'm sure Spezia can name 3 right wing backs as well, but that doesn't mean they're good enough. That doesn't mean they don't need replacing. But it is what it is. Allegri goes on to say Cuadrado should be back for Lazio. So him and Chiesa not fit for tomorrow, the league game, but they are going to be fit enough to make the bench at least for Lazio in the Coppa Italia. Great. He goes on to say, we have to remember the points we collected on the field, which are 38, and we have to think about that ranking. So before our last match against Atalanta, we had to think that we were at 22 points, but now we have to think we're at 38 points. Which is it, Max? You are contradicting yourself every press conference. Which is it? I remember specifically doing this last week saying, oh, we're at 22 points. We need as many points as possible. I remember reading that quote. And now I'm reading, remember, we are at 38. We have to think about that ranking. So which is it, dude? What are you telling your players? John Cena, this is going back to the right wing back situation. John Cena saying, I get it though. They can't make an investment in times of uncertainty. I get that. 100% I get that. But that's part of it as well. Allegri says, Paredes, he's fine. He played well against Monza. He can play tomorrow. Great. You'll see soon the starting 11, projected starting 11. He says, we scored a lot of points in the first half of the season, in which so many youngsters are now full-time first-team players, and they helped us out. Those who return now will have even more responsibility to help us pick up even more points. So he's obviously pointing this at Vlahovic and Paul Pogba. They're back. For now, I don't want to jinx it because obviously I can't have anything nice, but they're back for now. So that's pretty much it from Max Allegri. Nothing too, like, the same old BS. He's not hyping anything up. He said what it is, how it was with McKennie. He announced some players are back and some players are out. Classic Juventus press conference. And then he contradicted himself, which I've seen that before too. So all good. I'm going to go now find the starting 11 and I'm going to go cry a bit. Sorry, John Cena saying, what happened to Chiesa, by the way? Heard he was hurt again. So apparently there's muscle fatigue and a hip flex or a flexor problem. That's what it's being labeled as. But he should be back for Lazio. That's what I've been told. Or not been told. That's what I've been given the information from. Let's go to... No, I don't want to do that. Where is what I want to read? There it is. I'm going to set this up for you in a couple seconds here. Get this nice and big. Okay. We're going to go back here. Share the screen. As you can see from Romeo Agresti, the potential starting lineup, and it's, again, a 3-5-1-1, 3-5-2, whatever you want to call it, 5-3-2, however you want to look at it. Juventus is setting up, this is how they set up today during training for pre-Monza. Szczęsny in goal, back three of Gatti, Bremer, Danilo. So Danilo will switch to left center back, Gatti will come out right center back. De Sciglio, Mattia De Sciglio from the grave, gets a start at right wing back. Mattia De Sciglio from the grave hasn't played a single second since October, early October, but this MFer gets a start on his return. All that BS of saying, oh, Chiesa's not ready to start right after an injury. Oh, Pogba and Vlahovic are going to be on the bench because they're coming back from injury. How the hell does this guy get a start? How the hell does he get a start? You can see Toddy right underneath in the comments saying, "Ma perché De Sciglio che non gioca da 2 anni and not Sule starting?" So he's the commenter is exaggerating, saying De Sciglio hasn't played in 2 years. Why not Sule? Why can't Sule start? Which I get. And I'm sure Sule could start this match. It's against Monza. I know we've lost to Monza, but it's at home against Monza. The team's doing a bit better. They're in a bit better of a period than they were when they faced Monza in the loss. But how the hell does De Sciglio going to start? I don't have an answer for you, Hanin. I don't know. I don't know why. Maybe before the game we'll have an answer. Maybe after the game we'll have an answer. But I have no idea why this guy's starting a game again. Right away. Again, Max Allegri's contradicting himself. He's making a situation worse for himself. Is he really just... is he afraid of Monza's attack? Is he afraid if De Sciglio or if Sule starts there? Is he scared we're going to get scored on? It goes all back to that type of defensive mentality that this coach has. Pragmatism. We're at home. We're playing an inferior opponent. You should go and attack from the start. But with Max Allegri, that's not a thing. Nope, Mattia De Sciglio gets the start. That lineup is painful to look at, by the way. Why is Keane getting another start? Again, he's been doing well recently. I'll give him that. I think he scored on 5 straight starting appearances. I think that's still intact, that stat. But there's no potency in that attack. There you go. Hanin has the exact quote. This is from Max Allegri said earlier today or this week. Pogba and Vlahovic have 30 minutes in their legs. So they're on the bench, Pogba and Vlahovic, and they'll probably come and play a little bit. But Mattia De Sciglio, out of nowhere, gets the start. Hold on. Give me a sec. Sorry, microphone got mixed up a bit. Where does this De Sciglio thing come from? I know that Max Allegri probably said, "Hey, I want him to re-sign the 3-year contract. I want him to stay here." Back in the summer when he did re-sign the contract, that was probably all Max Allegri wanting that. But at the same time, like, dude, like it's 2023. Mattia De Sciglio ain't it. He hasn't been it since ever. He was a throw-in in the Caldara, Bonucci, and Higuain deals. He was a throw-in in the first place. And again, if it was Napoli, I'd say okay. But it's Monza at home. If he drops a 10 out of 10 performance, I'll give his credit. I'll give his credit where credit is due. I'll say, hey, De Sciglio, you did great. But that, looking at this lineup, does anyone say, oh, I'm really excited to watch this game tomorrow? No. You know when you're going to be excited? Do you know when you're going to be excited? You're going to be excited in the 69th minute when Pogba and Vlahovic come on. When we're probably chasing a goal. That's when you're going to be excited. So don't even watch the first half. Don't watch the first half. Start watching around 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and that's when our better players will come in. That's when you can be excited. We got Rick Ozzie in the chat. What's going on? How's your summer? Because I know in Australia it's summertime. It's reversed. He agrees with me saying, what the hell is he doing? Max is crazy. And then he says he will start and get injured and be back in two months. That's what it feels like at this point. And again, I don't really care if he does do that, but it is what it is. Unholy Fun saying, Julian, do you still believe that Allegri is a sane person? No, he's not a sane person. In 2 seconds of doing this live, I've already seen 2 contradictions of what he's said. Last week, we were going off the 22-point premise. This week, we're going on 38 points. Vlahovic and Pogba only have 30 minutes in their legs. De Sciglio, coming back from a longer injury than Vlahovic, is starting right away. Where's his 30 minutes? Sorry, I've only read 5 names. So let me get through the rest of the team, and then maybe I can concoct something a little bit better. Maybe there is going to be a reason to be like, haha, this is fun. Okay, so in midfield, we got Fagioli, Paredes, Rabiot. Fine, give Locatelli a rest, I get it. He probably needs one. Rabiot, the engine that doesn't stop running, or that never stops running. And Fagioli. So Fagioli's current form is good. So he should probably stay in his starting spot. Obviously, Pogba only has 30 minutes, so he's not starting. But Paredes in the register role, it's fine. That's what he is. He'll probably cover defensively well, and he'll probably get into a fight with Itzo from the Monza center back. And I will read out the Monza starters, potential starters at least, a little bit later. Like the video if you haven't already. And then, like I said, Rabiot's there. Kostic never misses a game except for the Coppa Italia. Are we really playing a 3-5-2 still because we need Kostic to play? Are we really doing this? Anyway. And then Di Maria and Keane up front. I know Di Maria, he's playing a string of games at this point, so that's a positive. He is going to be heavily relied upon again. And if Di Maria is not involved in the game, Moise Keane's going to have the graveyard shift, just running back and forth like a headless chicken. I'm fine with the back three, the three center backs. But yeah, that's our starting lineup, our potential starting lineup at least. So it is what it is. Let me know what you guys think. Misak is saying Fagioli going to be cooking some good old flaming beans. I hope. Unholy Fun saying he will sub in Milik and not do so. Yeah, now what happens? You playing with you starting Keane. Milik's on the bench. Is he not just gonna get a start or a playing time now? Damn. Olaf says he's technically part of the reason Juve are minus 15 points. Yeah, De Sciglio is literally one of the reasons why. Well, the next 15-point deduction, the salary gate, he'll be the reason why. My Zio saying, what are the odds De Sciglio passes the halfway line? Not good odds. He's going to be stationed very firmly on the right, very firmly at the halfway line when we're attacking. So, does that mean... Actually, you kind of understand what's going to happen there because Di Maria is going to drift out to the right wing. But if you want Di Maria to drift out to the right wing, as he usually does, you probably want a decoy runner like De Sciglio to make overlap so Di Maria has more space on the ball. But, as Mazzio just mentioned, what are the odds he's going to pass the halfway line? So, nah. Morad saying, so it's a sort of a 4-4-2 and our son is going to hold the width. Oh, there you go. Yeah, probably. A little more of that inverted 4-4-2. Misak saying he wanted to see Barbieri start. Yeah, me too. At this point, I'd rather see Barbieri than De Sciglio because let the kid have it. Vince is saying, hope Romeo's wrong this time. Barring any injuries pre-match, I don't see him being wrong. Because Romeo is the gospel, the Bible, however you want to take it. Hanin saying, hope Rovella and Ranocchia start to make it worth watching. Oh, true. We don't know if they're starting yet for sure. Again, there's no Monza zone on social media, so I don't know exactly who's going to be starting for them. I have a little the app that I use has a suggested lineup. I might as well read it now. So they're going to play a 3-4-2-1 as they usually do. Di Gregorio in net. So remember last time we played them in the Coppa Italia, Cragno started, but now their main goalie Di Gregorio's back in net. At the three at the back is Marlon, Pablo Mari, and Itzo. So Itzo is expected to start, I guess. The midfield four, so the two wing backs, Augusto, Birondelli, and then in the middle they got Rovella Pessina starting. And then up top they got three, Caprari, Churia, and Danny Mota. No way. Wasn't this guy in Juventus before? Pretty sure. Yeah. Danny Mota was on the Juventus Next Gen team. Now he's going to apparently start tomorrow. Cool. So yeah, that's Monza's expected lineup. Again, this time there is no Chiesa to save the day. There is no shit right back that Monza has. That Antov guy, I forget that he was really bad. He got cooked and even Illing Jr. dusted him a couple times. So it's going to be a scrap again, as always. It's going to be a scrappy game. Just a little bit of brilliance is going to have to win us the game again, as per usual, especially without our heavy hitters all playing at the same time. Gaetano saying De Sciglio in shock, and Poe is saying, is this Allegri hate club or what? Yeah. Why? A coach who contradicts himself, who doesn't go at a newly promoted team at his home field, who doesn't set up in a way to go at them. Why wouldn't I not? Why wouldn't I not like what Allegri has to do here? I'm going to hate until he's gone. Rick Ossie saying it's 36 degrees Celsius. Holy smokes! That's hot. That's too hot. in Australia. Olaf is saying Gatti isn't really good, to be honest. I agree. He's not the best, but he's better than Sandro. So, and Bonucci's still out. Rick Ossie is saying, I missed that one. John Cena says, Kostic is the new DeCilio. Max is basing a whole lineup for him. I'm going to be honest, it's starting to feel like that. In the event that, again, all 4 of those guys are back, and by 4 of those guys, I mean the heavy hitters, Vlahovic, Pogba, Di Maria, Chiesa, if they're all fit and ready to go, there is no way Kostic starts for me, for a normal person. However, I wouldn't put it past Max Allegri to see Kostic start in that lineup. Wait, why did I go down so fast? Anyway, Rick Ossie's already giving his prediction. He's jumping ship here. Prediction is DeCilio will get injured in the 28th minute. Aldo saying Juve sold Danny Motta to Monza for 2.3 million euros. Disgusting plus Valenza. Yeah, he's part of the plus Valenza gate. Imagine calling that plus Valenza. I know you're joking, Aldo, but imagine calling that part of the plus Valenzas for selling a player 2.3 million euros to a Serie A team. And he actually contributes to the Serie A team. Imagine calling that plus Valenza. That's crazy. Unholy Fun saying, once again, Allegri puts everything on Di Maria. Yep. He is literally becoming like the French national team coach in 2006. It was Zidane. But like he had ballers on that team. So Morat saying, do you remember Moise Kean's deal structure with Everton? Obligation with certain terms or mandatory immediately? Yeah, we got to do it. We have to buy him because he's already hit those. It was like appear in this many games, and then after the 2 years, it was pretty much mandatory. So, also, Everton aren't taking Moise Kean back, especially when they're about to get relegated. Olaf wants Grimaldo. I don't want Grimaldo, but okay. I'll say this again. I'll do this again. I want Grimaldo if we are getting punished. If we're not getting punished, I don't want Grimaldo. How's that? If we're getting penalized points and we're not making Europe next year, I want Grimaldo. If we're not doing any of that, if we're going to have our 38 points, if we're going to not have the minus 15, and somehow we get out of all these investigations unscathed, I don't want Grimaldo. I want someone better. We have to realize that if McKennie, Zakaria, and Kulusevski deals are finalized, we have over 100 million euros in transfers. I know some of that was used on Dusan Vlahovic, but there's other sales that we made that we have money to spend. Again, that is if all of our investigations, all of our investigations are, we made it. Oh, hold on. It's the Avengers theme song. That's my ringtone. How do you press X? Sorry about that. Where was I? Mr. Popularity over here. Yeah, it's my wife. She probably wants to know something. I'll call you soon. Okay. Captain Canada. That's me. Captain Canada. Where was I now? What was I talking about? Oh, there you go. Olaf Acosta is saying the player I want. If none of the if we survive the investigations, I want Ferland Mendy. Ferland Mendy is good enough, by the way. And he does exactly what, if Max Allegri is going to continue to coach, he does exactly what Max Allegri wants. Defend first, attack second, and he can attack not the greatest, but he does have some attack to him. But he's a very, very good defender. Very good one-on-one. Very good organized in team situations. I like Mendy. And he's probably going to be, not cheap, but he's probably available. Where was I? I know I missed some things because I was in the middle of a call. Yeah, just people making fun. Okay, Larson saying Pog back. Yeah, Pog back. He's back tomorrow. First time since 2016, Paul Pogba will be part of a Juventus Serie A match. Almost 7 years. So, welcome back, Paul. Hopefully you get on the pitch and you do some things, some cool things that I remember you doing. I know, and as a fan base, we probably have to be we have to be patient with him. He hasn't played a match since July, the 45 minutes against that Mexican B team. So, and by the way, he didn't look good that game, but we have to give him time. Yes, he looked good in the training sessions that against the next gen team. He made some great passes to Vlahovic, but now this is the real deal. This is Armando Izzo biting at his ankles. This is Rovella biting at his ankles. Pessina moving all around. Like, I know they're not the best names, but Paul Pogba needs to get acclimatized back to Serie A firstly, because it's not the same pace as the Premier League, as we all know. And he has to get his bearings back. And he has to get used to new teammates, because these are still brand new teammates to him. They are. So we have to have some patience with him. Unholy Fun saying, do you rate Caio Henrique from Monaco? I do. I like him. Maybe not for Juventus right now, but I do like him. He's got a lot about him. And honestly, if I want, I could go into comparisons with him, but I would have to do a lot of research, and there's going to be a lot of dead air time. So I will do that if you want. Go into Caio Henrique. See if he makes sense. Olaf is saying, I'd take Mendy. He reminds me of Lichtsteiner. Yep. Aldo saying, Keane not been great, and he's not worth 27 million euros to us right now, but he's still only 22. At this point, we've invested so much in him, we might as well keep it going. What could also happen, he has this stretch run of games where he's successful, productive, and then you buy him outright or whatever. You give Everton the money, and then you maybe look for a potential buyer, another buyer. Maybe you sell Keane for 30 mil back to the Premier League. You say, hey, look, back at Juventus these 2 years, he's matured greatly. He's contributed a lot as a secondary striker, like a substitute secondary striker in a time of need. He could be useful for Leeds United, and maybe we can sell him for 30 plus. But I agree with you. The 27 mil for us buying him 2 years ago was not good. Misak is saying Melee's on fire. Doubt he's coming even in the summer. Yeah, I think we're not signing anybody this January, definitely. And in the summer, we have to find out how our fate lies. Olaf Acosta saying, do you think Illing Jr. will be the future left winger or future left winger, future left back? I pray he's the left winger. Because not everyone is Alphonso Davies. Not everyone can adjust from going as an attacking-minded player to one of the best left backs in the world. That comparison never made sense to me. So I hope he's a left winger. I hope he receives the ball high up the field, and I hope he gets to attack his opponents 1v1 with open grass behind them. Because he's good at that. He's not good at defending yet, but he's not good at defending. So I hope he's a left winger of the future. If he's a left back, something happened. Something not in the plan happened, which would be the first time for Juventus that it didn't happen. Murad saying, speaking of left back, what the hell is going on between Cancelo and Pep? He called him in the press Mr. Joao. Dude, he's not a problem anymore, and people can say all they want that Cancelo Danilo swap is crazy and Juventus lost that, Juventus won that. whatever your take is on that deal, and whatever the FIGC prosecutors take on that deal is too, because that's why we're getting investigated. He's part of the reason. But he's not a Juventus player anymore. I don't care. He's not coming back. He's too much money, waste of money, and he's not a Max Allegri player. So it sucks. If he moves on, he moves on. And if Danilo stays on, it's looking better for us. Aldo said, oh wait, I missed one. We're going to do a couple more, and then we're going to start to get our hot takes and then our predictions. Olaf says, do you think Danilo will be the right back or left center back in a 4-3-3? For this season, I think he'll be a fullback. But going on in the future, I think the plan is for him to be a center back. And a makeshift left or fullback in the meantime. Like if someone's hurt, he can cover. But I think the plan for the rest of this season is vibe and see what's going on. Primarily be a center back, or primarily be a fullback when we do revert to a four at the back. But in the future, I think he's a full-time center back. Aldo says, I miss Zambrotta. I do too. That dude could play anywhere. He did the same, went from playing as a forward to becoming one of the best fullbacks on the planet. Yep. Morad says, if Zaniolo's worth 30 and then 5 mil, then Moise is a better, cheaper solution for Bournemouth. Yeah. Depends on how Bournemouth want to play. I think the allure of Zaniolo is he can take the ball from deep and run at players and create stuff. That's the allure. Moise Kean doesn't do that. He's more of a prototypical run-off-the-shoulder finisher kind of guy. Prototypical. I'm not saying he's good at that, but like he is who he is. Okay, so Misak's coming on with some breaking news for Inter. Skriniar signed with PSG already. PSG sent a bid to Inter to sign him now. Inter rejected it to keep him. Oh, okay. So it's not breaking news. Unholy Fun says, I feel like Bayern will come for him like they did with Coman. I hope Erling will grow with us. I would like Erling Jr. to at least have a full season where he is a full contributor. This season's a bit of a wash because he got hurt and because he's still young. I would like to see him just a part of the first team for a full season and then assess. Aldo says, Juve won the Danilo Cancelo swap. See, everyone has their opinion. Never liked Cancelo's attitude, and he's awful defensively. Fair. He's also after Trent. Well, Trent's more like crossing inshallah, but like Cancelo is one of the best creative fullbacks in the world. So I don't mind that. Larson wants Juventus to buy out De Zerbi from Brighton's contract. Allegri ball is killing my joy. Yeah. I literally want anybody other than Allegri at this point. He's starting De Sciglio after being out for 4 months. And then making the same excuse why Pogba and Vlahovic can't start and they can only play 30 minutes. I think we all know Allegri is killing most of our joy. There are obviously some Allegri stans because they think he gets the job done and he's been hard done by for some reason. Where I can kind of understand why people think he's hard done by is because there's been so many injuries. But then you're in charge of everyone, by the way, as a manager. You are in charge of the physiotherapy team, saying what the hell is going on here. You could probably tell the board to, hey, sack these guys, get a new physiotherapy team in, maybe mitigate some injuries. And he has the authority to not start De Sciglio against Monza at home. He has that ability. But again, this is my opinion. I think I would say about 70% of the fan base wants Allegri out. And there's probably 30% that want him to stay. But not our choice at the end of the day. Hanin saying, can't Illing play right wing? That's the modern thing, right? So, yeah, of course. The classic inverted wingers who cut onto their strong foot into the middle of the field and shoot. Do we know that Illing Jr. can shoot the ball? I don't think I've seen him shoot the ball in my life. I've seen him beat his man and cross the ball in. I've never seen him shoot, to be honest. If he has a finish, if he has that the finesse shot that wraps around in the far corner, maybe that's something you can try. The thing that Chiesa does on the left-hand side. You can take a peek at that. I think this summer is going to be a big, big summer for Iling Jr. and Sule, and obviously Rovella, Fagioli, Moretti, to put a stamp on their authority in the first team. And whatever time they do get this season, to stamp their authority in meaningful games. Oh, for them, meaningful games. Meaningful playing time. Olaf is saying I look like Skriniar low-key. Man, to be honest, I wish I was him because I'd be making lots of money. And then I shoot the ball into my own net playing for Inter. Matt Tilley saying, how about Gasparini? You guys think he would make sense for some good football? He's a weird one because I get the feeling he doesn't like Juventus. So I don't know how that would work. But the way he plays, he's a very systemic football or coach where he needs specific players. And while I understand that Juventus can't go get Atalanta's roster and put it into ours, I don't think it works like that. I don't think they'll have the same success or whatever. Okay, we're gonna start. We're gonna start doing our hot take for the game. So make your hot takes, get them in the comments or the live chat. I'll read some out, and this is sponsored by our members. Let me scroll down. Boom. Yeah, you can see the 28 there. I don't care. Consider becoming a Bianconeri Zone member. You have all those options there in front of your screens. Club level, premium, lounge. Basically, join up however much you want to help us out. And then you can have all those perks associated with the level you join at. So do that. You will be sponsoring this segment of our show. And it is the hot take portion of our show. Now, my hot take is... I don't know if it's a hot take. See, we have to have like a spicy meter. You know, when you go to Buffalo Wild Wings, I know the North Americans have. I know what Buffalo Wild Wings is. If you go to Buffalo Wild Wings, they have like the how spicy the wings are on the side of the menus. We need some of that, so I can say like it's a Cajun spice. So I think it's not the hottest, but it's fairly hot. So I'll do Cajun spice take. Paredes. Oh no, Morad stole mine, but Paredes is going to be the man of the match, basically. He's going to be the best player on the field tomorrow, Paredes. That was my hot take, my Cajun spicy take. But what's yours? What's everyone else's? I think I see. Oh, Morad's saying Paredes his first goal, so Morad has his hot take. Unholy Fun's doing the wrong part of the show. The predictions will be next. Oh, I guess he's saying, Unholy Fun's saying that Monza will tie the game up. So we're going to be comfortable for 85 minutes, and then Monza's going to score in the 86th and 92nd to tie the game. That's Unholy Fun's hot take. That's quite spicy. Olaf is saying Pogba with a goal and an assist from the bench. That's a hot take. That is a hot take. That's probably a little spicier than Cajun. So, nice, Olaf. Good stuff. Jockey Bro saying, hot take, Gatti scores his first goal. A long shot banger. That is tip of the scales spice. I don't know what that is on Buffalo Wild Wing, but that is spicy. I like these. Good stuff. My dog is so sleepy. You can hear him snoring. That's fine, though. We're going to make some dinner after. Rick Ossie is saying, my hot take is Allegri makes a sub in the 89th minute and DV9 comes on and scores to win it. That'd be great. That's probably a little less than a Cajun hot take because that could definitely happen. Unholy Fun saying, Dusan not entering the pitch is his second hot take. That is spicy. That's probably on the 10 out of 10 scale spice. And then Aldo saying hot take. Tech bicycle kick winner in the 95th minute from a corner. That's great. Okay, sure. That's like, if that happens, I'm going to come on this channel with a bleached faux hawk. So I'm gonna shave my head, leave the you know the Marek Hamšík? I'll do Marek Hamšík if Wojtek Szczesny scores a 95th minute bicycle kick winner. I will. And then Olaf saying Deshilia with a stinker. That's not a hot take. That's like salted wings. There's no spice to that at all. Okay, now next we'll move on to the score predictions. So obviously the score predictions are whatever happens. In the game, you can say the score and the goal scorers, or you can just give me the score, and it is what it is. And please like the video if you're not done yet, if you haven't done so yet. My Zio says one more hot take: Di Maria elbows somebody again. So you're saying it's going to be the exact same as the first game. Matt Tilley saying, "Oh, you're calling me out here. I did shave the sides of my head like a week later. So stop that. I can't afford to cut all my hair off. I look like I just came out of prison." So Olaf saying 2-0 Juventus. Okay. Very compact from Danilo and the boys. Okay. Some more hot takes coming in. Lars Vercelli saying Max will get a red card after screaming at Vlahovic for not taking the ball to the corner flag. Yeah. That's probably just above Cajun and spice. And Rick Ossie's second hot take is Deshilia injured in the 15th minute. That's not quite spicy either. Yeah, and Aldo saying we're gonna hold you to that Marek Hamšík bet. Yeah, honestly, if Tech scores a bicycle kick in the 95th minute, I have stuff to do tomorrow after the game, but I will come on right after the game. I will say, Ange, I need to make a video. I need to go live for a second if he does that. Rick Ossie saying 1-0. I guess Juventus. I don't know. Morad saying 3-1 Paredes, Keane, Rabiot. Wow, different goal scores. Okay, I like that. Aldo's real hot take is Allegri will lose his jacket by the 55th minute. So we're going to be winning by the 55th minute. That's what you're saying. Because if we're still not winning by that time, he's not going to take off his jacket. He's not going to yell. We know that. He only takes off his jacket when we're winning. Jockey Bro saying late goal for a 1-0 victory, boring ass game incoming. So basically every game this season. Cool. Hey, sometimes you just got to bet what we already know. Yeah, Rick Ossie just mentions that Juventus will win. I will answer this question and then read off any other ones as I do the outro. Last question from Olaf. Oh, Alejandro's actually watching. I didn't know that. Boo. But Olaf saying odds of Juventus winning the Europa League. I say not great. We have to see where we have to see the draw. So it's all about who you draw and who you come up against. If you have the easy run into the final, maybe. If you have to play Barcelona and then Arsenal and then someone else, then it's going to be tough. Alejandro goes on with no Cancelo or no Chiesa. He's going to change his to 2-1. So I think he said 3-1 yesterday. Aldo says winning, yes, but he wants Sule to take the ball to the corner, so he tosses his jacket. Yeah, that's him. That's what he's known for. And then Team DWT, hopefully we will finally have our ultras back with the big flags and drums. Now, I know the fans themselves, the people are allowed back. I don't know if they're allowed their flags. I don't know if they're allowed their big drums. I assume they're allowed their drums. I don't know about the flags. And I think it's about people seeing behind them. But yeah, I agree. The atmosphere needs to change. And I think, hopefully, Elkin realizes that and the new board understands what needs to be done and they allow that stuff to happen again. But thank you all for watching today. The game starts tomorrow, obviously, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 3 p.m. in Italy. 6 a.m. on the West Coast here in North America. So if you're watching, have fun, enjoy it. Tell me how you're going to celebrate Paul Pogba stepping onto the field for the first time in 7 years for Juventus. And hopefully we get 3 points. Like the video if you haven't already. Please go follow Bianconeri Zone on all social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Bianconeri Zone. Follow myself if you want on Twitter at Gennady151. Follow Alejandro at AlejandroBZ on Twitter. And follow Justin at JustinSofro on Twitter. Have a great day, everyone. Ciao, ciao to Rick, to Aldo. Thank you all for, again, keeping the chat going. And we'll see you next time. Ciao for now.